So when I spoke on the Eastern Conference All-Stars, I kept the positions pretty conventional because I feel like that's just kind of the way it happened in the East. The Western Conference is going to get a little weirder, though. And we're going to start with the point guards, who should be starting in the All-Star game for the West. I think the two guard spots have to go to Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook as the starters. Steph Curry, no explanation needed. And then Westbrook, I just feel like Westbrook is having a better individual season than James Harden and Klay Thompson, who I guess you could look at as the other guards. Because, yeah, I mean, I understand that the Warriors have a ridiculous record, but I think Westbrook's individual performance just trumps Klay's, and then, of course, Harden's Rockets they're going to be fighting for the playoffs, so I think Westbrook is the other guard. The forward spots, we might actually have 3 technical forward spots, 3 front court spots, if you will, whatever, for the West. 2 of them are definitely Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant. For Kawhi, I mean, he might have the best percentages in the league right now. He's 20 points, 50% from the field, 48 from 3, 88 from the free throw line. On top of how good he is defensively, San Antonio is the second best team in the NBA right now, behind Golden State. I think Kawhi has to be one of them, and then Durant's the other one because I just think Durant. I mean, look, he's Kevin friggin' Durant, 26 points, and percentages are great across the board. I think KD and Rush should both be starting for how good they are. Now, the other forward spot, here's the thing. You could throw DeMarcus Cousins. You could put Anthony Davis in there. You could put Blake Griffin in there. I'm leaning towards Draymond Green, okay? My man Draymond is averaging 15 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, shooting 48 from the field, 42 from 3. He's really the, I guess, catalyst that makes Golden State Golden State. I think Draymond deserves to be the third starting forward, the center, whatever you want to call it, in the West. I think I have no problem with him being in there. As for the backups, the 2 backup guards, probably James Harden and Klay Thompson. I understand that Harden's percentages are down this season, 42 from the field, 34 from 3. His defense has regressed as well. But his production really is still very good. And, I mean, he's averaging 28 points. Like, you're going to not put him in the All-Star game? Like, come on. And then Klay Thompson, I mean, 21 points, very efficient, strong defensive player. I think the Warriors get 3 players in the All-Star game. I think that's fair. I think they deserve those 3 guys. As for the other 2 forward spots, I think then you probably put Blake Griffin and Anthony Davis. Because, I mean, I understand that the Pelicans are having a down season, but what Anthony Davis is doing can't be ignored. And Blake Griffin's been fantastic. 23 points, 50% from the field. His free throws are, he's comfortably over 70% now. Good for him. So there's that. As for the center, I think then you put DeMarcus Cousins in there. Look, I understand you can make a case for Boogie as the starting center, but I think the difference between Golden State and Sacramento is so drastic, on top of the fact that it's not like Draymond is just some guy on the Warriors. Like, if Draymond is not there, they don't have the record they have right now. So Draymond just has to be starting. As for the last 2 spots, this is kind of competitive, to be honest, because you're looking at Damian Lillard, who's having a fantastic season, Chris Paul, who, might be on the top of the hill, about to look over, but he's still having a very good season. I also think Dirk Nowitzki deserves some consideration for this spot, because he's having a super efficient year at 17 points per game. LaMarcus Aldridge as well. Obviously, he's on the Spurs, so his stats are going to go down a little bit, but I think he's been very good. For those last, and CJ McCollum as well, when I'm talking about Damian Lillard, might as well mention what McCollum's doing in Portland. Those last 2 spots, I think LaMarcus Aldridge has to be one of them, because the guy's averaging 16 and 9 on the second best team in the league, and he's shooting nearly 50%. Like, he kind of has to be there. As for the last one, I feel like here's the thing. Damian Lillard's having a hell of a season. The Trailblazers are like 16 and 24. Chris Paul, statistically, is a little worse than Lillard, at least in terms of, scoring. But the Clippers are actually a decent team, and you could say the same thing about Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas. That's kind of a toss-up, man. CP3 or Dirk? Give it a Chris Paul, I guess. Whatever. So, what's the recap? It's Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and then James Harden, Klay Thompson, Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, LaMarcus Aldridge, and then Chris Paul? Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense, because I'm friggin' done with this. Have a good one, y'all.